visuals, welcome to the fucking fattest, messiest, slobberiest bastard you've ever met. Welcome back to Superhero Wednesday with the fattest, slobberiest, messiest bastard you've ever met. That makes more sense. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Superhero Wednesday. I said welcome back to like it's a genuine weekly episodic sort of TV program that we run here. I make shit sound out like I'm a genuine, true professional when I'm fucking not. We are like the poo-verse level of cinema, of the low budget, low crappy quality sort of shit. But we're here and we're having fun. It's just a video all about insulting me. That's what this is. Really, it is superhero. Well, wait, it could be. You can insult me for one. It is Superhero Wednesday, the day of the week we like to flex and do sort of nerdy shit, do comic book reviews, look at new Funko Pops, or do game reviews. And it's that last one. It's the latter. Is that the right time when you say that? When you say, oh, the latter? I feel like that's the right time you use that. Time for another game review. Well, we haven't done one for a while. We're super duper picky with games, and it takes a certain kind of brand or franchise for us to be like, okay, let's get a game. There's a lot of games that we shy away from, but South Park Snow Day, at the time of recording, has just come out. What is it? So we're recording this. It came out 4 days ago. We smashed it. We've completed it. Done, dusted. It's not a very long game. So I thought, let's review it. At the time this video goes up, it's probably been out for a couple of weeks, but we will still try and keep it spoiler-free in case people just haven't got around to playing it, or haven't got around to buying it, or saving up to buy it, whatever it is that might be. Yeah. Whatever. Fucking Christ, I honestly, one day there will just be a stroke on camera, and I'll be like, go for it. South Park Snow Day is out, done, dusted, and here are my spoiler-free thoughts on the game. South Park Snow Day is technically a third game from the Stick of Truth and the Fractured Butthole. They reference and mention points from the first two games, but it's a different style of game. This time, we're in the world of South Park, but it's 3D. We're going around the town, we're doing our stuff around the school and our friends' houses, well, friends' gardens and stuff, and the battles and Stark's Pond and whatnot, all in 3D. We're seeing Randy Marsh frozen behind ice holding toilet paper in 3D. We're seeing Cartman and his wizard shenanigans in 3D. There's a reason why I keep saying that. It's because I think this was the biggest part of it that kind of annoyed us a little bit. I'll come out and say it straight away. This game is nowhere near as good as the Fractured Butthole or the Stick of Truth. It's still an enjoyable game, and I completely understand why they decided to go for it for 3D, because it was Matt Stone did most of the promo stuff. I saw he did quite a few IGN videos, and he said they wanted to kind of get away from the 2D because the 2D was limiting what they could do in terms of gameplay and storytelling and whatnot. They wanted to branch out a little bit more, and we have had 3D South Park games before, back on the N64. What was that? Was that just called South Park? Can't remember what that was called. So I completely get and understand if they wanted to try and do a different creative vision and try and do a different sort of take on how they could explore the world of South Park in this gaming mode and that. And there's not wrong with that. They tried it. I think it kind of missed a little bit, but I've got nothing against them trying it. They chuck it out there. They go, there we go. We've tried it. Is it working? No. Okay. Next time we maybe stick to what we know best or what works best for us. So no issue with them trying it. And it isn't awful by any means. It doesn't look awful and it doesn't feel awful. It just doesn't feel like South Park to me. I also have no issue with them trying this new style of game. Instead of the turn-based shenanigans like we had with the previous games, it's more just in with the action, you know, chucking your sword and that about, using your bow and arrow and whatnot, and, you know, having these different waves of enemies to get to the boss part at the end, whether it's Kyle or Kenny or whoever, and going through it that way. I've got no issue with them trying that, but again, I kind of want to go back to the South Park of old, and we have the turn-based thing. I think that felt natural and right. It was a little bit weird that somebody pointed out in the comments of an IGN video about how Trey Parker wasn't doing much promotion for it. So it did leave a little bit like, okay, I wonder if he's just busy or if he's not overly in love with the game. I'll say as well, it's justified because of how long it is. You complete this game in like, I don't know, a slow, casual, chill pace, somewhere between like 6 to 10 hours, something like that. It's only 25 quid. It's so refreshing going out and buying a game. It's only 25 quid. You know, even when the words of Pokemon and stuff come out, you're looking at like 50 quid plus, especially if you buy both copies and you get like a special edition or collector's edition or whatnot. You're talking fucking loads of money. So it was quite nice to get a 25 quid game and just chill out and play for a few hours and whatnot. So the pricing and all that, like I said, the pricing had to be that because the game isn't massive. It could feel a little bit sort of DLC kind of lengthish, maybe a little bit bigger than that. I like Miles Morales when that came out, and that felt a little bit DLC sort of time-wise. It's got that sort of vibe. Story is definitely there. There's been a snow day. That everywhere's snowed off. The kids can't go to school. Houses are snowed in. You know, parents and that can't go to work. Everyone's trying to get toilet paper and shit because it's like the new currency and stuff that's going on in South Park. And the story is there. I love when the kids were in their medievally when they were doing the whole Game of Thronesy sort of shenanigans, even when they were all dressed up like this, weren't they, when they were doing the episode taking what was the episode called, where they're taking the Lord of the Rings back to Blockbusters, but it was really a porno and stuff. I love this, but I think I probably prefer that than I do the superhero side of things with the South Park kids. I don't know why, but I definitely feel like I prefer that. Fun to go around and take on Kyle's elf army, or go up against Stan's army, or there's Princess Kenny and stuff, and customize with a bow and arrow, and have all these different effects, and swords and shields, and that's really fun. The imagination of trying to feel like, okay, I'm a kid in South Park, we're playing along, we're pretending to be knights and elves and all this kind of stuff, and wizards. I can completely buy this. I can completely relate back to when I was a kid and you're out with your mates and, you know, you're in the field and you're like, oh, let's play swords, we've got a stick. And I completely got all that, and I completely fell for that, and I fell in love with the storytelling side of it. It was just how we were doing it. We'll say the game is a little bit tedious and a little bit repetitive with the way that you approach levels. Okay, this next stage, we're on Stark's Pond, get through this bit, let's fight Cal. Okay, next stage, we're going around the main streets, we're going through the school and that. Okay, next wave, next area. Okay, now we're up against Princess Kenny. And it was a little bit rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. Whereas the Stick of Truth and Fractured But Whole, actually going around South Park, exploring buildings, finding mysteries and all this, you know, collecting like the Chin Pokemon or whatever, and, you know, coming back as you got this key and you go up there. The way that laid out and the way that was formed was a hell of a lot better. This kind of had to feel like a mobile game. I said that like I'm American there. I was playing it a few times thinking, you could easily see this on your mobile, just chilling, and, you know, on your breaks at work or whatever, just playing away on your mobile. It didn't feel like a hard-hitting Xbox console, you know, PC sort of game. So it was a little bit flawed in that respect. I never played online with anybody. I always just had the NPCs with us and just did it that way. I literally know nobody. There's one person I know that was potentially going to buy the game with us, but they didn't buy it in the end because I did say I don't know if you'll like it. And I know they made a Discord for it, but I thought I'll just smash through it myself. Crack on, because it's not an extremely hard game. You get your different power-ups with the different cards and your dark matter and all that stuff. You get your toilet paper to, you know, customize your weapons or your outfits and stuff like that. It's not particularly hard. You can smash through it on your own on any of the difficulties. Well, obviously, hard's a little bit hard, but again, it's not the most difficult thing you'll ever play. With all that negative stuff being said, I did still have quite a bit of fun. You know, hearing Cartman in the background, or Stan coming up with, hey, new kid, and all this shit, we're going to fuck you up and stuff, and the interaction between Carl and Cartman. The South Park comedy and the South Park spirit was still there, and I am hashtag Team South Park to the day I die, one of the greatest shows ever created. I absolutely adore. My girlfriend's had enough of me saying how much I love South Park. Chris has probably had enough. My mates have probably had enough. I adore South Park, and it did feel, you knew that it was the South Park of spirit, the South Park of spirit of South Park was chucked into it. But like I said, it was just, with all that being said, you were like, okay, we're in South Park. This is South Park, the South Park comedy, the South Park characters. We're doing the same shit, though. So we're doing the same shit, though. We're doing the same shit. And it was a little bit like the comedy and the South Park spirit, as I keep going on about, was enough to sort of push me through. But I don't think I'll revisit again anytime soon. Whereas the Fractured But Whole or the Stick of Truth, I've played quite a few times. I've gone over and redid the stories because of how fun they are. Little moments. I might feel different if I was in a team of my mates and we were, you know, together, roaming around, taking down Stan or Kenny or Kyle or whoever it is. I could see us having fun as a team with the headsets on and whatnot. So maybe it's just an issue that I didn't have any pals that I knew personally that wanted to sit and play this. So maybe you experience it. If you are one of the people that have experienced it in a team of mates, like, you could please let us know if it does feel better when you're like that instead of on your own. I will admit as well, it was a nice relaxing play. I come up, I made my refilling my flask of coffees every time I was doing new waves or new areas and stuff, and then smashing through it and then refill coffee, and I was having a nice relaxing play. Just think, okay, 25 quid, few hours of play, done, dusted. So yeah, it does have its good moments and it does have its bad moments, and I'm parroting our seesaw. What was going to happen as well, though, this game could have been absolutely awful. I was always going to complete it, and I was always going to get it because of my love for South Park, my stubborn loyalty to South Park of like, we will find good bits, we will make sure we enjoy it a little bit because we love South Park. But no, the game is decent enough for a few hours of fun. You can smash through it on a rainy Sunday, chill, and spend all day playing South Park. Okay, done, dusted. On with the rest of your day, on to the rest of your week. I think I'm going to give the game a solid 5.5, maybe a 6. It's definitely fallen off a little bit in terms of the other games, but there's some core stuff still there that I do really like. It's just very repetitive. The story's good. The wizards and elves and all that sort of gimmick in the world of South Park's awesome. But yeah, it's just a little bit repetitive, a little bit lackluster compared to the other two. It feels a little bit like there's less imagination gone into it, a little bit of less creativity's gone into it. I don't know if the boys at South Park are busy with other projects they've got going on with new series, new films and whatnot. I don't know. But it definitely felt like it didn't have everything that they could have offered to this game. And like I said, maybe the whole Trey Parker not being there might speak for itself. More importantly, visuals, I want to know what you thought of the game. Did you enjoy South Park Snow Day as my Xbox turns off? Let me know in the comments below. Like, I'm going to stick with a 6. That might be the bias street pushing it forward, but I'm going to stick with a 6. But we've done it. I'm glad we've done it. I'm glad we've got it. I'm glad we played it. Just won't be in a rush to revisit it. So there we go, visual. And I know there is DLC stuff coming along the way, which is like free. I know that it might even be out now, actually, by the time this video goes up. The Horde stuff where you do waves of enemies and all that kind of carry on. Either way, you'll have to let me know what you think of the game visuals, and you'll have to let me know what you think of my review. But more importantly, visuals, thank you for watching. Thank you for visiting it. Thank you for visiting and saying hello. And remember to always keep being you and keep on web slinging on. Go play South Park Snow Day. You will have a bit of fun. That doesn't say anything, does it?